Genius Prismatic Mage. Chapter 6. 17th Street Central Plaza. Ray stood in the middle of the street. Smoke and flames rising thickly everywhere, engulfing the air with a scorching burnt smell, turning the sky a haunting dull gray. I was late. The thought echoed in his mind like a knife cutting through his heart as Ray realized he had arrived too late to stop what had happened. They're all corpses of Niles' men. The bodies lay scattered everywhere, their flesh torn and battered, lying helplessly on the ground covered with ash and debris. Ray thought silently. Still, I don't see Niles' corpse anywhere. He firmly believed in his heart, he must still be alive. A flicker of hope in Ray's mind despite the chaotic devastation around him. Boom! A loud explosion echoed from afar, shaking the concrete blocks and tearing the air apart. Ray was startled by the sudden blast, his legs stiffening for a moment. He turned his head in suspicion. That direction is. Without hesitation, Ray ran quickly toward the explosion, ignoring the raging flames around, as if an invisible force urged him forward. The 10. In the distance ahead, a gigantic golem appeared, massive and imposing, like a soulless machine of destruction moving slowly. Ray's steps froze, his heart pounding painfully as he saw this enormous enemy. He gasped, trying to control his breath in the tense situation. Ray stood from a height, looking down at the colossal golem, its massive image like a dark ghost hovering over the burnt ground. In front of the golem was a pool of blood spreading on the ground, smoke rising thickly from it, evidence that the golem had smashed a nearby tent. Ray suspected something, unable to believe his eyes. His body stiffened, each moment feeling frozen in time. But then he forced his legs to move, determined not to let doubt slow him down. He leapt boldly from above, with all his focus on one thing: to kill this golem. The golem seemed to sense something, its fiery red eyes flaring up like warning flames. It turned its head, its sharp gaze fixed directly on Ray, signaling imminent danger. In an instant, it swung its fist into Ray's stomach quickly, the force compressing the air around violently. Ray spat out blood, surprised and confused. Was this the slow golem he knew? Its speed and strength far exceeded all expectations. He was slammed against the wall by the golem, his body hitting hard, causing a loud crashing sound. The wall dented and cracked in a large patch, debris falling to the ground, a warning of the enemy's terrifying power. Ray fell down, silently enduring pain, but his eyes never left the golem, his determination burning fiercer than ever. I have to make sure, the whispered vow, an unshakable resolve to uncover the truth and protect what remains. Ho! Ray coughed up blood, but still thought quietly, if they're all safe. Suddenly, Ray heard a clear voice calling, "Big Brother Ray." The scene shifted suddenly. Before Ray's eyes were no longer the ruins of the fierce golem. Children were running up, their faces beaming with bright smiles. They smiled and spoke to Ray, their eyes clear and full of hope. "Big Bro Ray. Hurry up. You're back. Brother Ray? You're back?" Ray was silent, a strange emotion swelling inside. Then he heard a voice echo again. "Ray. I didn't want you to come back." Ray looked around in shock, his heart pounding wildly in his chest. The scene changed again, this time showing people lying scattered on the ground. Dead. 2 children lay motionless on the ground, surrounded by pools of dark red blood. Lorraine, Leia, Corden, Miles, Josephine, pale. Before Ray, the world suddenly darkened. He trembled as he reached out to the children. "No!" Ray desperately exclaimed. "I still haven't repaid you all for what you did for me." The golem reappeared, a colossal shadow looming before him. This sound, a mysterious dark blue power surged forth, the space trembling as if filled with danger. "It's the same odd sound I heard during battle." So, it was this golem. The golem prepared to unleash that power. Black-blue light bursting out with force, signaling a fierce battle about to begin. Ray silently confirmed. That killed them all. The underpass children, Niles' men. Ray looked at all the nearby people, now dead, each face, each story reduced to cold silence. And all the people in this street. Ray went mad with rage, with only one thought left in his mind: "I'll avenge all of you." So I had to move. The dark blue power from the golem's hand grew stronger, as if wanting to swallow the entire sky. Ray trembled, mouth full of blood, eyes burning with anger and determination. "Move already." Suddenly, a black car sped in, crashing violently into the giant golem like a sudden storm. Ray was shocked, unable to react in time. The golem was knocked down by the car, thrown nearby, the ground shaking with every impact. The car stopped, its front facing directly toward Ray. Niles opened the door, voice full of worry. "Ray, are you okay?" Niles rushed toward Ray, each step pounding as if to protect him from all danger. Niles felt somewhat relieved after a quick check of Ray's body. It doesn't look like you've broken any bones. What a relief. Ray spoke with a trembling voice. Niles. The children. Only then did Niles look around in shock, eyes filled with pain and confusion. Niles clenched his hand tightly, as if holding on to a bit of strength to not collapse in this sea of blood. Niles bowed his head, quietly said to Ray, "I'm sorry, Ray." Niles blamed himself. "It's because I was too late." Ray thought silently, voice almost refuting. "Why would that be your fault?" "Ray." Niles hugged Ray tightly, feeling a slight relief, meaning silently thankful that Ray did not blame him. Tight embrace. Niles sat down leaning against some plastic blocks, tired but still trying to stay upright. Ray asked, "Niles, what about your subordinates?" Niles answered, heavy voice, "They're all dead." Niles tortured himself inside. "Hector. That bastard. I didn't think he'd call in mages from outside. Damn it." Ray asked further, eyes scrutinizing, "What will you do now?" Niles replied, firm voice, "I'll return to the street and look for survivors. For now, Hector will have to." Suddenly, a dark blue light pierced through Niles's body. He cried out in surprise, "Guh!" Ray was horrified, unable to believe his eyes as the event unfolded before him. The golem had risen at some point, shooting a beam of power straight into Niles. Niles? Both Niles and Ray couldn't believe it, their eyes fixed on the hole torn through Niles's body. Ray's body went rigid, eyes full of terror and horror. Niles forced a smile, blood dripping from the corner of his mouth. "Ha. Damn." Niles fell, collapsing onto Ray's shoulder, and Ray hurriedly caught him, still stunned and in shock. Niles gasped for breath, exhausted, lying still. Ray whispered, "Niles, just what happened?" Suddenly, Ray could feel the powerful beating of his own heart. Memories flooded Ray's mind, moments when Niles trained him, meals they shared, and the warm smile when Niles called his name, Ray. A blazing power surged into Ray's heart. It was mana. The golem appeared again before Ray, its eyes still blazing red, dark as the night. Ray looked up. All the red energy around started being drawn toward his body, like an internal storm about to erupt. The golem raised its hand, a blue mana beam radiating from it as if trying to engulf Ray. Ray's eyes snapped open, blazing streaks of crimson fury flickering inside, pure killing intent erupting like fire. Ray shouted angrily, "I'll kill you all."